first trade on this new 50k account here, and of course, thankfully it went well. I'm gonna try and figure out how to explain this because it's not easy, for someone who hasn't seen a chart before, but I'm gonna try and explain what happened here. So coming into the morning 9:30 open, I have Nasdaq right here, and I have ES on the right side right here. So as you can see, we have these equal highs here, and what price you tend to do when we have equal highs like this is just reach for this and wipe out any sort of liquidity that we have up top here. So that is what I wanted to see first of all going into the morning. We're at the 1 hour time frame here. Let's go down to the 5 minutes. I recorded this entire trade, so I'm going to show you just how close. And one mistake that I did in this trade that I know about this, but I should always have that in mind. I didn't really have that in mind this morning. But coming up here, you can see that we did go up and swept out this liquidity up here, just with a tiny wick up here. This is the same liquidity we saw on the 1 hour. You can see them right here. All these equal highs, that means that people are putting their stops above here. So price want to go up here and just swipe them out. And I also had this supply zone marked out up here, because usually when you have a high like this and you see this big move down all the way down here, this is a very sensitive area. So when price reaches up here, it's going to react in some way. It's either going to push through and do a pullback, retest it, and go continue up, or it's going to just stop here and reverse back. I was thinking it's going to reverse back. That's where I was putting it out. And the thing is, I entered the trade as soon as I saw this is a 5 minute. When we have a point of interest on a 5 minute, we jump down to the 15 second to see my entry point. So as we swept this liquidity up here, as you can see, this line with those equal highs, jumped down to the 15 second. Let me show you what happened here. So as soon as we swipe those highs, we get a close with the very next candle on the 15 second closes below this candle that swept the high. This is the last up close candle that swept this high. You can see this line still here on the 15 second, and right after that you come in with a engulfing bearish candle right here, and that is where I entered at let's see, I entered right about 51 580 right here. So 580 right at this point is where I entered, and I put my stop. Check. This is crazy. This is like 2 months ago, I would have closed this trade 100%. But this time I said, no, I'm going to stick to my rules. And I'm really glad I did. So I put my stop right above this area right here. The same area that I marked out on the 5 minutes. Let me go back and show you. So we have this area right here. You can see that it's very messy on the 15 second. But if you go on the 5 minute, you can clearly see that it's just one single candle. The last up close candles of these three candles right here. This is the zone that I was looking for, and I did not want price to reach above this, because if it does, that means that it's probably going to continue up. So I put my stop right above that level, and check where the price started to reverse here. This is the reason why when you have a big move like this and you have a lot of point of interest, first point of interest, as I talked about, was these equal highs here. But the last point of interest in this entire move down is going to be this zone up here. So this is the zone that I should have entered on, and not just this secondary point of interest right here, because there's still one left up here. So price is most likely going to reach out to the very last point of interest that made this entire move. So I should have waited. That is something that I definitely should have done differently, but thankfully I had my stop right above there. And then we had news at 10 a.m. and I usually don't like to hold through news, which is 8 a.m. here, but I did that anyway. So I was confident that it was going to push down a little bit further than this, and it actually did. So going down to the 1 minute, you can see the price came out all the way by, I don't know how close it was to stopping me out right here. You can see just how close it was, but I still held the trade. And then I held it all the way down to, let's see, 450, 450, so down all the way down to this area right there. So that was my trade for today. One single trade, locked myself out. I'm done, up about $400, which is fantastic to see. And great start to this 50k account. I know this is a lot of you're probably super confused because I know you haven't heard these terms before. But as I said, just study the supply and demand videos that you find on Facebook, and I think you're gonna get a hang of it eventually. I'm thinking that it's probably gonna go down all the way to this area, right? I have this as a target. First of all, these top new day opening gap right here, which is also something you can YouTube, very sensitive areas. But honestly, I think price is probably going to reach down to this low, previous day low right here. So this is the low from Thursday. And I definitely think that price is probably going to reach down all the way here. Maybe not today, but definitely maybe Monday or something like that. So that's my trade. I'm going to play it out for you here now in real time. And you're just going to speed it up a little bit so you can check out exactly what went down there.